Appreciate you, DMB. Thank you very much. So that's what's going on with Liberty. I sent you the 0xCoast post as well. Now, this is a bigger one, and somebody just kind of brought this up in chat a moment ago. Although I was just scanning their site and I didn't see this on there yet. So maybe they're still working on this. But yeah, they upped their game this week by adding Venmo and PayPal ability to directly buy in. Maybe it was on another tab and I need to look at it again. But let's first just look at the post from 0xCoast. And I will say there's one thing in here that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think there's probably a reason for it. So we'll explore that. They say, big update. We've got some exciting news behind the scenes. We've been working hard to roll out some major upgrades for the Coast platform. These changes will begin to go live over the coming weeks, all with a clear purpose in mind to get PulseChain ready for the bull market. Our mission hasn't changed. We're here to make it easy for people to move money from their bank to PulseChain, which, as long as you have Old Glory Bank, is wildly easy. We do it all the time. Quickly, securely, and with low fees. And now we're making their process even better. You'll soon be able to deposit options integrated into the platform, Venmo and Zelle, which I just looked. I don't think they are on there yet, by the looks of it. I'll check again. But okay. Then they say at the same time, we'll be retiring. Now, this is what I feel is unfortunate, but I think I probably know why. They're going to be retiring the hi-fi option. That is where every U.S. bank, you could hook up to them to deposit or withdraw, which I loved. It's just, other options, other ramps other than Old Glory Bank, which I do have an account with them. But it's unfortunate that they don't have these other ones hooked up. But you and I were talking about that the other night, Ewok. It's got to be just the amount of regulatory stuff that they have to do. Like for every single U.S. bank to, for this to be a lesser known crypto entity. You know what I mean?
Actually, hang on. I just looked at the deposit withdrawal. Zelle Pay is on there. So you will still be able to send if your bank does Zelle, and I think all of them do. If you go into the transfer area, Zelle is an option. So you can still use your bank to Zelle Pay. Now, I don't know. I'm assuming, there's the same thing as the Old Glory, where you put the memo reference, you send it to the account. Put your memo reference and it will deposit right in there, just like the Old Glory Pay, but coming from any bank. So that is nice. I don't see. So there's Old Glory Pay, Zelle Pay. I know this isn't on the screen, but there's private information.
I see what.
I know. So
don't do that. But I know I see it too.
So wire transfer, you can always do a wire. ACH push, Wise, Revolt, and Ethereum or Revolut. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then your Ethereum stablecoin deposit, where you can just swap a stablecoin in, send it right to your Coast account, which defeats the purpose, kind of.
Yeah, but it's another option they throw on there anyway. But I know that the Wise and the Revolut is something they had before, so I think they're kind of bringing that back. And I didn't realize that about Zelle. And actually, now that you mentioned it, Venmo, wouldn't that be the same thing? Because a lot of places you can use Venmo. You have your bank account hooked up to Venmo, or it's basically, Venmo and PayPal are just intermediaries, basically.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you select payment between friends, there is no fee through that. I do know whoever, I think it was Digital Money Marcus that had brought up PayPal, if you're not careful, they charge fees.
They do usually, yeah.
So with Venmo and Zelle, I believe it's feeless transaction. So yes, you can still send from any bank account the way you normally do it. Thought it was pretty cool though.
Yeah, that is so. Yeah, that kind of undoes my argument about the hi-fi thing because I imagine that having every U.S. bank on there is extremely difficult.
I'm sure.
So,
and honestly, the way you go about it and the way banks are with crypto, to your point, I'm sure it was such a headache to try and get things approved and get around the whole scam thing. But when you can do it as a Zelle send, it's probably a lot more smooth that way.
Yeah, it's good to have options. I think we're going to be even more happy, when we get there to see what our options are for coming out of crypto. If you want to do it, I mean, you can also leave stables in and earn stable coin, yield and stuff like that in the bear market. It depends on how much you want to withdraw or anything, but there's certainly a lot of options on Coast. You have the classical option of sending through an exchange, which might incur less fees, but do you want to do that? That's just kind of the thing. And what I like is, as you and I have discussed, Ewok, tons of options. That's what we're starting to get here. And, as the times change, you'll see what's best for you. Even in the last 6 months, I've bridged over with Coinbase. I've used Coast and Old Glory Bank. I do think you're doing yourself a tremendous disservice if you do have Coast or haven't really used it yet and do not have an Old Glory Bank account. I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
It's the best things.
How far down did you get with their post? Did you read the whole thing?
I think just Venmo, Zelle, retiring the hi-fi, Venmo and Zelle arriving shortly. If you're one of the thousands of users joining us from 50 supported countries, you won't miss out. We're expanding new features for everyone. I need you to oh, sorry, my bad. I'm not actually looking at it live, so I realized you scrolled down. Or did you scroll down? Sorry,
I did, because they talk about Tide too, which is says you'll be hearing more from us soon. We've got a launch or a lot on the horizon, including major updates to the platform and the upcoming launch of Tide, which is going to be their balancer type thing with a lending program, I believe, involved. It will allow you to offboard and take a loan if you would rather do that. Now, you and I were talking earlier, and we did notice that the mint and burn function is gone, which means hopefully something is coming soon, because right now the only way on through Coast is to actually do a buy and a sell, and the fees are a little high. We're not going to lie. As much as we talk this platform up, we are also going to mention its downfalls, and the fees for doing that way are more expensive than other ways. So, we got to give you both views, and the truth about the matter is that the mint and burn function are both missing. So, hopefully something comes out soon with this Tide platform, because currently you can't do a whole lot with it other than just buy crypto, and you can do it a lot cheaper elsewhere.
And apparently what they're working on with Tide is also going to solve the CST token being the not so stable coin to being actually $1 all the time. That's what they've talked about in the past. And you are right. And I don't want to harp. I mean, I want everybody to know everything about the fees that they're paying for certain things. Yeah. The fee to burn. So when you would withdraw, which I know nobody's thinking about that right now, but when you would withdraw, but you got to be prepared, if you're looking to withdraw out of the ecosystem, maybe later, way deeper into the bull market or something, and you're on Coast, you would, if you sold an asset into a stable coin like CST, you then have to burn your CST token or USDC token or whatever stable you sold into. You have to burn those tokens on Coast. That will turn it into USD on their platform that you can then transfer into Old Glory Bank.
Yes.
It is, however, and this is the lowest fee tier, which means, again, go look at our old Coast videos if you're not hip to all this. It's hard to go back and explain the whole thing. But if you're in the lowest fee tier, which means you have 100,000 weight tokens locked up on their platform, it is still a 1% fee to burn those stables. So that can get pretty hefty. I mean, whereas if you're looking at doing it the classic way, where you would send your USDC maybe across a bridge, which you're dealing with a bridge, to Ethereum, you got to pay to claim it when it gets to Ethereum, Then you got to send it to an exchange. It may be a lot of money. You have to send it there, and then you can withdraw it to your bank. You should be able to withdraw it to your bank. And
hope they give it to you.
Hope they give it to you. And as far as Coinbase, I can say anyway, they claim no fees. So, when you're withdrawing, there's no fee or anything like that. You get it there. That's it. So, look, there are slight risks and costs and fees with all of these methods. And just like with onboarding, I mean, I think I'll probably just kind of experiment with smaller sums at first and see what I like the best. I'll tell you right now, a personal anecdote today for onboarding, because Coast is undergoing some of these changes right now, and I don't like the inability to mint CST. Right now, you just have to straight buy Pulse tokens, which I know that you get less tokens for your money by doing that. I was like, you know what? I'll do it the classic way. Let's use Coinbase. I'll bridge over. Coinbase, which I haven't had a problem with this forever, holding the funds for a couple days. I haven't had that happen. It says right in my limits how much I'm able to instantly transfer out. It's just shady. It's just they purposefully obfuscate things. You know what I mean? So, and then it says, hey, yeah, you can send up to this amount instantly. You do it, and then it says 0 to 5 business days. And I'm like, well, maybe it'll be 0 because it's telling me I can, send it instantly. No, these funds are on hold. So there you go. I mean, and who knows? Maybe Pulse will retrace and I'll get a better deal by that time. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I guess I'm not. There are good and bad things about all of them, and you just have to pick your poison at said time. So
yeah. And again, I highly, highly, highly recommend having multiple. Have a Coinbase, have a Gemini, have a Kraken, have Old Glory, have multiple ways to do things, and that way, you have options. If one of them, and never send a ton at one time. Please don't ever do that, because if they do hold your funds, everything's in one transaction. I would do it in chunks, break it down into 5 to 10 transactions and do it. Send one, get the one, send another one, there is no rush. Right. If you're in a stable coin at that point, take your time and don't do it all at one time, because if that transaction gets frozen or they hold it for whatever reason, and Coinbase, I know historically has told people, we think you're up to something. We think you're up to money laundering and your account is now frozen. Well, if you send a couple $100,000 through there and they decide to freeze it and you do it all in one transaction, it's held for however long, and you definitely don't want to go through that process. So, just have multiple options and do them in smaller chunks. Trust me, be patient. It will all work out for the better than trying to do something all in one thing because you're in a hurry.
Totally agree on the be patient thing. That's a lesson that I have had to learn. Sometimes you get paid, you have some money coming in and you want to get it in there immediately, and then you do something dumb or whatever, or ape in when, it's early 2022 and we have another 70% down to go, whatever it may be. There's a lot of different things. So good to see that 0xCoast has these changes coming. We'll watch out for updates there. But yeah, we got big money inflows coming. So good stuff. Wrapping up, Ewok, any final thoughts from you tonight?
I think we covered just about everything. Just the bullish sentiment from Richard is another thing. If you haven't checked out PulseChain.com recently, that got updated. It looks really good. There's a lot of things going on graphic wise, and it just looks a lot sleeker. In my opinion, I expect to see more improvements everywhere, right? More features, things that are here that have been here. They just didn't activate them. Why? Why would you give people that are bitching and moaning every day new toys, new things to play with? Make them sell, get them out. Now things are getting exciting, ramping up. You're going to see improvements to these websites, platforms, different services, things that, we've been wondering where they are. I have a feeling we'll see some of those come up soon.
I think so too. Yeah. You purposely don't do these nice updates until things are getting frothy, and
absolutely,
we've talked about that for 2 years, and now it's finally happening. So,
yep.
Great stuff tonight. Couldn't be more bullish. Feeling good. Shout out everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. A lot of some new subscribers coming to the channel and stuff. Everything blowing up everywhere. Benjamin, Newsy, Philly, Hex Girl, DJen, Moon Boy, Just Live, Shadow Band, Crypto 7 made a late appearance. What's up to you? Michael Laughlin, NJ Dub, Hammy 228. We had Tam here earlier. Beardman Crypto. I saw Fast Abdul earlier. Bitfinesse, Digital Money Marcus, Jesse, Raj. There's a lot more that I'm probably going to miss. Viper Styles, of course. Valiant Low Key, Beyond All. Thank you, guys. We love you all. We're here every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, it will be August. One of my favorite months of the year. I wonder why. So we will see you guys then. Have a great week. Enjoy the pumps. And this has been Bullish Boi Crypto for Crypto Ewok. We'll see you guys next time.
Take it easy.